Hey guys, this is the next video, and this one's gonna be about, I'm gonna talk about right now, African cichlid aggression and how to solve it, and frequently asked questions and stuff that usually happens. Now, most people that don't know this, cichlids are one of the most aggressive freshwater fish out there. So if you're gonna have cichlids, I would recommend only having cichlids. Of course, you could also have semi-aggressive other species in there that are about the same size as the cichlids you have, or maybe it would be better to get them a little bit bigger so that they don't bully them that much, because cichlids are very aggressive fish. And another thing is that I only have cichlids in this tank because I didn't want to take a risk. And I want to buy pretty soon some freshwater pufferfish that they sell, but I'm not sure. Like, they're aggressive, but I'm not sure if they would mix good with these cichlids. Another thing is that cichlids have a hierarchy. Basically what that means is that one cichlid is the leader of the group, and then there's a lesser, like there's like a king, then there's servants, and then it's like levels. So there's one cichlid that bosses everyone around, then the one below that is like a cichlid that bosses a little bit of people around, and then the one all the way at the bottom is the one that everyone bosses around. So the moment you put in cichlids inside the tank, there's immediately going to be a confusion, and they make a hierarchy out of that. So cichlids are very smart fish. Like, this may sound kind of dumb and stupid, but they actually do this. And I'd recommend, if there's one that tends to be bullying a lot, like hitting other ones a lot, I would recommend taking them out for 2 days and isolating them in an isolation tank with oxygen or whatever for 2 days, and then put them back, because that allows for the hierarchy. Like the top guy, if you take him out, like another person could take his place, and probably the other fish isn't gonna be like all bully and stuff, and it's gonna be a little bit more calm. I've done that before with a very aggressive fish, and it's worked. And that's how different these fish are, because other fish, if you have semi-aggressive, you would know. Any kind of semi-aggressive fish, like angelfish, whatever, they just attack each other. Sometimes, they just, like this one, there's always one that always attacks everyone, and there's always one that never attacks anyone. It's just always like that, no matter what. So you have to be careful buying them. If I were you, like, if you buy an African cichlid, only stick with African cichlids. Some people like to mix African with South American. I mean, that's fine, but like, that might cause some problems in the tank. But nothing that couldn't be fixed. Like, you could always separate them or put them in an isolation tank for a couple of days. But that's just to save the trouble. I mean, it's better to just buy them. It's better to buy all of them at once instead of buying one here, one there, one there. No, I'd recommend saving your money up, and then go to the pet store and just buy all the fish you want to buy in the tank at once, because they're kind of used to each other. And if you can, try to buy them from the same tank that they have in the pet store, so that they're kind of used to each other already, and they're not unfamiliar, and they start like doing all that weird stuff. And another thing that could calm down aggression is also, this may sound kind of dumb, but some people don't know this. If you don't feed them, they tend to be more aggressive because they're hungry. So if you tried isolating them and they're still like hitting each other and being aggressive, then you could, the next thing you could do is feed them more. But don't feed them too much, because that could cloud up the water. I'm not saying over exaggerate on the food. I'm saying if you're feeding them once a day, try feeding them twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the night. Or if you're feeding them twice a day, feed them a bit more. Don't feed them no more than 3 times a day. And then once that's done, then the cichlids should be calming down. And if that doesn't work, then I would recommend also, they also get aggressive if the water is really unstable, or if they don't like. It's like you getting angry because, like, if it's too cold, or if it's too hot, or if it's really annoying, like the environment. Like, they tend to like a high pH, and if the pH is very low, they tend to act differently. Like, there's fish that don't breed unless it's brackish water, unless there's a lot of conditions. So the conditions really affect the mood of the fish. It could be, you should test your pH using a pH monitor or test strips to test if the pH and the water quality is good. If it's not, then that's probably why they're being aggressive. Fix the water quality. and they should be just fine. And that's pretty much it for fish aggression. Thank you guys for listening, and